Alright guys, well I'm back with another video on my dental loupes. The loupes I have, if this is your first video, this is actually the second video. This is an update on how I'm liking my Lumadent Ergoprism loupes. They're pretty new to the market, and I know there's tons of different companies that are making these type of loupes now, but I just want to give you an update on how I'm liking them. If you haven't watched the first video, go ahead and watch that first. Because I'm not really going to go into the specifics about the loupes like I did on the last video. But so I'm loving them. I love them probably even more than I did last semester. There are a couple things that I wish I could change, but you can't have you can't have perfect loupes. There's some issues you always want to change, but I'm loving them. There were a couple questions that people had. I basically answered all the questions in the comments from the last video, but if I didn't, then let me know. There was one that I just answered about the clarity, and I can't really compare it to other companies with these types of ergonomic loupes, but the clarity is perfect. Like I never have issue with it. Just because I think there's extra mirrors. I think I mentioned this on the last video. Because there's extra mirrors, it is a slight bit darker, but I can't even tell. Because you have like you have the light from your handpiece, you have the light from your headpiece on the loupes, and the chair light as well. So plenty of light. Someone did ask about if you can see down without looking through the magnifiers, and I can look down just fine. So if you don't want to look through the loupes, you can look down just fine at the patient's mouth without looking through the magnifications. The main issue I've been having with these loupes is it's hard to look past the loupes if you want to look at a computer screen or something like that, but you just kind of have to tilt your head down to look at the screen, and you kind of get used to that over time. And also, they're probably not as comfortable as other loupes. I've tried other loupes, and they seem a lot lighter on my face compared to these ones. The ergonomic loupes feel a tiny bit heavier on the nose, but it doesn't bother me too much. So if you do have a sensitive nose or something like that, then you maybe want to try someone else's before you buy your own. And I did also have a question. I wanted to ask you guys, if you guys can answer my question, how you can wear face masks without, because we're not wearing, in our pre-clinic, we're not wearing like the N95 respirators, but we're going to in the clinic, so maybe that will change. But I'm having to stuff my mask under my loupes, so it hurts my nose pretty bad. It gets my nose really red. How are you guys able to bypass that without having to? Because when I breathe, it always goes and just fogs up my loupes. So if you guys have any comments, you guys can help me out. How you can like not get your loupes all foggy, but without putting your mask under your loupes, because that really hurts my nose over time. Maybe if I have the N95, that will help to do that. But so this is my second semester with these loupes, like I said, and I'm loving them. I have the 4.3 magnifications, and they are strong. If you were to have normal loupes, that'd probably be too strong. But the angle that goes into the mouth, I'm able to see from cheek to cheek. I'm able to see a pretty wide view, and all the professors and dentists that are in our pre-clinic, they're helping me out. Every time they walk by and they see my loupes for the first time, they're really interested, and they're like really intrigued, and they're kind of confused too at first. They're like, "Are you okay?" Like, I was confused how you're like working on the patient's mouth while you're looking at the computer screen, but I wasn't. So here's a quick picture. If you want to pause the video if you want to, but that's me just looking straight forward. This is before I cut my hair, obviously. And if you can tell the line, if you follow the angle of the magnification, I'm kind of looking at his eyes. I'm just trying to show you how wide a field of view you have. I'm still looking in the mouth. I can still see what I'm doing, but I was still able to see, like I said, have such a wide view of what's going on, and it's so nice. Some people also have the concern of like you're too close to the patient and you're kind of like hanging, like leaning over them. I don't get that at all. I don't feel that with our dummies here. I mean, I haven't really worked on a patient quite yet, but I don't get that feeling that I'm doing that. I can back up a little bit and maybe tilt my head up a tiny bit, but that I still feel that that's better ergonomics than the classical loupes. Let's see if I had anything else to say here. Yeah, so the nose piece is adjustable, which is nice. Sometimes I feel like I have to readjust it because so if I can I can pull these closer and it'll sit higher up on my nose. I like it sitting high on my nose, but then it kind of irritates my nose more. So sometimes I have to fiddle with that, but it's not too big of an issue as well. Just minor stuff. But I think that's about it. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. But that's just my second semester update. I'm starting my third semester today. We're not really using our loupes quite as much this semester, but if you have any questions, let me know. I've been checking this channel every so often, even during the semester. So, but yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.